the age of oversharing and the silent watchers. In today's hyper-connected world, openness is celebrated like never before. We share our thoughts, habits, locations, and even our deepest vulnerabilities with strangers on the internet. Social media encourages us to be real and transparent, and governments promise to build trust through public disclosures. This culture of openness is promoted as a sign of progress, proof that we've evolved past secrecy and are finally building an honest society. But what if this openness is a trap? What if every photo we post, every emotion we express, and every opinion we share is silently being recorded, analyzed, and used against us? This isn't a sci-fi plot, it's our reality. While we willingly expose ourselves online, unseen forces are watching, cataloging, and using our openness to shape our decisions. And perhaps no one would find this more predictable or more dangerous than the 16th century political strategist Niccolo Machiavelli. Machiavelli, known for his brutally honest insights on power and politics, would look at our transparent lives and issue a stern warning: stop being open, they're secretly reading you. In his writings, he made it clear that in a world driven by manipulation and control, showing your hand is the worst possible move. In this essay, we'll dive deep into Machiavelli's philosophy and explore how his centuries-old insights perfectly foreshadow the surveillance-driven world we now live in. Machiavelli's view on power and openness. To grasp the gravity of Machiavelli's warning, we must first understand his views on power. In The Prince, Machiavelli strips away the idealism often associated with politics and reveals a cold, calculating vision of leadership. For him, the most successful rulers are not necessarily the most moral, but the most strategic, those who know when to appear virtuous and when to act in complete secrecy. He writes that a ruler should be a fox to recognize traps and a lion to frighten off wolves. This duality shows his appreciation for deception and strength, not honesty, as the pillars of power. According to Machiavelli, transparency is not a virtue when you're surrounded by enemies and opportunists. In fact, showing too much of your thoughts, plans, or emotions only gives others the advantage. His advice, though tailored to princes and political leaders, applies broadly to anyone navigating complex social systems. Openness, when not used strategically, becomes a vulnerability. If your enemies know your fears, desires, or tactics, they will inevitably use them against you. This mindset runs contrary to our modern love affair with transparency, where oversharing is often mistaken for authenticity. The power of secrecy, why hiding is a strategy. In Machiavelli's world, secrecy was not cowardice, it was a smart survival tactic. He repeatedly emphasized that leaders must be unpredictable, always hiding their true intentions to keep rivals guessing. By remaining a mystery, a ruler could control perception and manipulate outcomes, while minimizing exposure to risk. This logic holds true today. Whether you're a CEO, a political candidate, or just a regular person online, maintaining some level of privacy is crucial to preserving power and autonomy. When you overshare, you lose control over your narrative. You give people pieces of your life they can twist, misinterpret, or weaponize against you. And in the digital world, every bit of openness is recorded forever. A moment of vulnerability, a controversial tweet, or an offhand comment can resurface years later. Machiavelli's core warning is timeless: those who watch do not always have good intentions. Secrecy is not about dishonesty, it's about protecting yourself in a world where the watchers rarely announce themselves. Social media, the prince's new playground. Nowhere is the danger of openness more obvious than on social media. These platforms are designed to make you want to share more: your habits, your thoughts, your location, even your face. They reward vulnerability with likes and attention, encouraging users to become their own brand. But behind that sense of community is a system built to profit from your data. Machiavelli would have recognized this for what it is: a trap disguised as virtue. Social media gives the illusion of connection while turning your openness into a resource for advertisers, influencers, and political operatives. They're not just watching you, they're building profiles, studying patterns, and nudging your behavior with tailored content. The real twist? While the users bear everything, the algorithms remain hidden. The system knows everything about you, yet you know almost nothing about it. It's a modern version of Machiavellian power, a world where those in control stay in the shadows, while the rest of us expose ourselves for free. Surveillance capitalism, the business of watching you. If Machiavelli believed knowledge was power, then today's tech giants are modern emperors. Companies like Google, Facebook, Amazon, and TikTok don't just observe us, they mine us for profit. This business model, known as surveillance capitalism, turns your every move into a marketable asset. Every time you search, scroll, or speak near your phone, data is collected. And it's not just what you say. It's how long you linger on a post, the pace of your scrolling, or the time of day you check certain apps. You are being read in ways you don't even realize. And because we've agreed to it via terms and conditions, the exploitation is legal. Machiavelli would find this both ingenious and horrifying. The modern state no longer needs secret police or direct threats to maintain control. All it needs is your cooperation, your willingness to be open. And the more you participate, the more predictable and manipulable you become. The political machine and the illusion of democracy. Governments, too, have adopted Machiavellian techniques, cloaked in democratic ideals. They gather intelligence on citizens in the name of safety, monitor communications under the guise of security, and influence public opinion through subtle narratives and targeted messaging. What looks like freedom is often a carefully engineered illusion. Edward Snowden's whistleblowing revealed the extent of government surveillance on ordinary people. Programs designed for terrorism prevention were quietly used to watch millions without their knowledge. This kind of strategic opacity would make Machiavelli proud, those in power protecting their interests by knowing everything about their citizens, while citizens know little in return. The lesson is clear: in politics, information is leverage. When the public is open and the powerful are secretive, democracy becomes distorted. The people think they are in control, but in reality, the game is rigged by those who read the rules and write them at the same time. The paradox of openness, freedom or entrapment. So why do we keep sharing? Why do we willingly expose ourselves in ways that Machiavelli would consider dangerous? The answer lies in the emotional payoff of openness. We crave connection, validation, and authenticity. In a world that often feels isolating, sharing our truth feels like a radical act. But this is the paradox: openness feels liberating, yet often ends up being the opposite. What you share to feel seen can be used to control, judge, or even cancel you. Machiavelli might say that we've confused emotional vulnerability with strategic wisdom. Being open is only powerful if you control how, when, and to whom you reveal yourself. The modern world pushes us to share impulsively. But those who thrive, those who build real influence, are often those who master the art of selective silence. They speak just enough to build trust, but never so much as to give away power. A new kind of prince, becoming strategically private. What does it mean to be Machiavellian today, not in the sinister sense, but in the smart, survivalist sense? It means recognizing the game you're in. It means understanding that openness has a cost, and privacy is a form of resistance. Strategic privacy is not about retreating from the world, it's about engaging on your terms. You don't need to go off-grid. But you should think twice before you post. Ask yourself, who benefits from this? Who might be watching? Would Machiavelli approve of this move, or would he call it foolish? By reclaiming discretion, you regain control. You become less readable, less predictable, and less easily manipulated. You don't just live, you lead. You become a modern prince, not by dominating others, but by refusing to let others quietly dominate you. Conclusion: watch the watchers, guard yourself. Machiavelli's writings are often misunderstood as cold or manipulative, but at their core, they are about survival in a world where trust is rare and power is everything. In today's digital landscape, where every word, click, and emotion can be tracked, his insights feel chillingly prophetic. We live in a world of watchers. Some are governments, corporations, and many are just silent observers online. And in this world, openness is not always bravery, it's often bait. If we want to be truly free, we must learn to guard ourselves as fiercely as Machiavelli once advised his princes to guard their kingdoms. So before you overshare, remember, they're secretly reading you. And the smartest move you can make today might be the one you don't post at all.